This time of year poses a massive challenge for players across the country. You're in the thick of your off-season training. You've been getting at it hard for the last 6 or 7 weeks between gym sessions, pit sessions, speed work, conditioning, and everything in between. Your body composition's been improving, you've been focusing hard on your nutrition, and you've been making good progress. But as soon as December starts getting close, players start freaking out. The Christmas music starts playing, the decorations are going up, and the dates for the Christmas nights out are getting locked in. And pretty quickly, your social calendar is absolutely stacked. You have 1 to 2 nights out every single weekend for 5, 6, 7 weeks. Whether it's people coming home and giving you a shout for a couple of pints here and there, whether it's family dinners, Christmas dinners with work, or even the lads getting together for the famous 12 pubs. On one hand, you're thinking, yes, 100%, I want to go and enjoy myself. It sounds a good crack. But on the other hand, you're thinking, I don't want to ruin this progress and all the work that I don't want to undo all the work that I've been doing over the last couple of weeks and months. So in this video, I'm going to give you a couple of key ideas, frameworks, and thought processes that I use myself and share with the potential performance clients to make sure that we keep our progress going coming into the month of December and you're not miles behind when it comes to January pre-season with the team. If that sounds like something you need right now, make sure you hit subscribe and then get a pen and paper ready and stay tuned for the rest of the video. So rule number 1 is you need to pick your battles. You don't have to say yes to absolutely every night out that comes across the door. As much as you might feel pressured to, there's going to be some events where you really want to go for and you want to go and enjoy them, that's 100%. But there's also going to be those events that come up and you're thinking, there's not a fucking mission I want to go anywhere near that. Maybe the crowd, maybe it's where you're going, maybe it's who you're with, and you're just going, I just can't be annoyed and don't want to be there. So they're the events that you probably want to skip, or else you might just have to go show your face, but you can skip home early and you don't have to go the full hog every single time you go out. Believe it or not. There's going to be some nights out you want to completely skip. Maybe there's some nights you want to go, you might have a pint or two, you might show your face, you might even go sober and just split early. And there's some you want to go full steam ahead. You'll know yourself which ones they're going to be, so you just need to plan accordingly around that. As well as that, you need to get comfortable saying no. Like we've all been there before, there's going to be so many nights out that you genuinely don't want to go to. You end up going anyway because you feel forced, you feel like there's peer pressure on you. And when you get there, you're like, this is shit, so I might as well get steaming to make it like somewhat enjoyable. So you end up blocked, you end up having shit crack, you end up with a horrible hangover the next day, and you wake up thinking, what the fuck am I doing in my life here? Why did I even do that? That was not worth it at all. But on the flip side, like you don't want to go to something, you say, nah, do you know what? I'm going to skip this one. You might get a few comments in the short term and you might feel like you're maybe missing out for a wee while throughout the night, but I guarantee whenever you wake up fresh the next day and it's something you genuinely didn't want to go to, you're going to bounce out of bed and you're going to be thinking, thank fuck I didn't go to that. You're going to feel smug, you're going to go about your day, you're going to have even more energy. And then whenever you actually go to a night out that you actually want to go to and you'll actually enjoy, you're going to enjoy it so much better. So much better. You're going to actually enjoy it so much more when you're actually ready to go for it. So you'll know yourself which ones you want to go for, which ones you don't want to go for. It's just a case of picking your battles and being strong in your decision. So the second thing you're going to do then is you're going to create a buffer, and we're going to create both a long-term buffer and a short-term buffer. That long-term buffer is essentially using the next couple of weeks to get yourself into the best possible shape so that you can have a bit of wiggle room when it comes to your nights out, your eating, your drinking. You can be a bit more relaxed with the calories without the fear of gain a lot of body fat over that period of time. So this one's maybe more relevant to those players that have been trying to drop a bit of body fat over the off season. If you have been in that sort of zone, you've been in that period of like being in a deficit and getting the body fat down, then fucking keep it going. Maximize these next couple of weeks so that whenever it comes to Christmas, you have made more progress over the last few weeks and you can afford to not say fuck it, but you can afford to let loose. You can afford to like let go of the reins a wee tiny bit and enjoy Christmas. Like Christmas is a time where you want to be with family, you want to go out with friends, you want to catch up with people, you want to have a couple of nights out, you want to eat good food. Like I'll do that myself. I fucking love Christmas time. But you also want to be able to do it guilt-free, knowing that you're not going to completely set yourself back and you don't have a massive mountain to climb when it comes to January. Yeah, with that long-term buffer, like maximize the next 4 weeks, keep that deficit going if you are in that period or you are in that sort of phase. And then enjoy 1 to 2 weeks of downtime over Christmas and then let you just get straight back to it in the new year. You might make a progress, your body weight might be coming down, you might get to Christmas, it might creep up ever so slightly. If you don't do Christmas right, or if you do Christmas right, your body weight probably should go up a wee bit, but just getting back into normal routine, normal eating, normal training, normal activity, that'll start to come off again. It's not all going to be body fat in a short period of time over a week to 10 days to maybe 2 weeks max. The flip side of that is thinking like, right, fuck it, sure, I may as well wait until after Christmas. But then in reality, like you've got potentially 6 weeks here of just going, fuck it, sure, I'm starting January again, starting after Christmas. It gives you like 4, 5, 6 weeks of using that excuse. You're going to be far more likely to go out to eat shit food, make shitter decisions, and just leave yourself with far more work to do whenever it comes to January. Whereas if you literally lock in now for the next month, you could probably have 2 kg, 2.5 kg off you over the next couple of weeks here. Mightn't seem like much in the grand scheme of things, but I guarantee come January, you'll be thanking yourself that there's 2 kg less of what needs to go compared to getting the pre-season when training load's going to be ramped up and your recovery is going to be impacted because of the amount of work that you're doing, and then you're trying to go and drop yourself into a deficit there to drop that bit of body fat. Energy, recovery, performance is going to be on the floor, and you're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel like shit, look like shit, carrying an extra few kg of body fat. Like, that is not where we want to be. So lock in now if you haven't been doing so already for the next couple of weeks, and I guarantee you'll enjoy Christmas so much more. The pints will be even creamier, if that's even possible. Then the other side of that too, you want to create a short-term buffer. So when there is a night out coming up, and which there's going to be from probably the start of December onwards, it's a case of, firstly, picking your battles. Are you going to go full steam ahead, or is it going to be a case of you're just going for 1 or 2 pints here or there? Maybe you're even going sober, or maybe you're just going for a meal out, whatever it is. If you know there's a night out coming out at the weekend, from Monday through to, say, Saturday, most of the nights are going to be, you can literally take 100 to 200 calories off each day, which gives you that wee bit of a buffer of 500 to 1,000 calories come Saturday that you can play with. It's not going to completely solve everything if you go and still bang in 5, 6, 7,000 calories. Yes, it takes 1,000 calories off maybe if you've banked them in the lead up to that. It's a case of maybe damage limitation. On the day itself then, we can keep the protein high, skip a meal or two, so go later at breakfast, later at lunch. If you know you're going for a big meal, you're going for a feed of pints, just to kind of backload those calories for the rest of the day and allocate them towards the drink and the food and all that crack. Again, it's not completely bulletproof, but it does limit the damage to an extent. The big thing is how quickly we get back on track after having a big night out. So say you go for a big one on the Saturday, when we're going home, we go straight home. We don't hit the fucking chippies, the pizzas, the Chinese, the takeaways, whatever the fuck it is. We go straight home, go to bed. We wake up the next day, and even when you feel like shit, you're going to get the good food in there. You're going to get back on track. You're going to get up. You're going to get your steps in. You're going to get outside rather than lying in bed, fucking ratting away all day and eating shit, hitting Uber Eats or Deliveroo, whatever the fuck it is you get. And because you go, you know what, I fucked up yesterday, I feel a bit shit today, I've had 1 million calories yesterday, I've drank 1 million calories, I'm going to do the same again today. It just doesn't make sense. So again, the same way we're going to be proactive with banking those calories in the lead up to it, we're also going to get our food shop done before we head out. We're going to prep a few meals in advance. If you're a person who's likely to go and order takeaway, eat shit food, and just binge eat the whole next day and lie in bed, you're going to at least get a good few meals prepped for you in advance. So you have the food there, you're going to be more likely to eat them, and you're going to be more likely to get back on track at the first possible opportunity. And then on the event itself, again, depending on what sort of setup it is, if you're going out with the lads, you're going out with the mates, and you just want to go and have, like, you're going full send, like, that's all going to go out the window. But if it's one of those events where you're going, I'm going to have a couple of drinks, I'm going to take it handy enough, you can go for the lighter options, and like the 0 calorie mixers, spirits, maybe a few light beers, whatever it is, and just take it handy. Maybe give yourself a drink limit of 3 to 5 drinks and going, right, after that, that's me cutting off. You will feel a lot better for it, and you'll be there. You've ticked the box, you've kept people happy, but you've also kept yourself happy by waking up the next day with not the worst hangover in the world. I say not the worst hangover in the world because I'm that person who can drink 3 or 4 or 5 beers and be like, fuck, I actually feel that in my head. I feel a bit fuzzy the next day. Not be completely down, but you might still be a bit, you'll not be the freshest, I'd say. With these last 3 points, like, there's not one that's more important than the other, but if you get any of these 3 key principles, rules, or thought processes in place and you apply them, I guarantee you'll be feeling so much better. Number 3 is managing your expectations and understanding the trade-offs. So obviously, if you're going to go on a night out and you're going to go full send, you are going to feel like shit the next day. Like, that's just a byproduct. That's just what happens. You're likely going to be tired. You're going to be hungover. You're going to feel like shit for a couple of days after that. Like, you know that's coming. You know that's a byproduct. You just kind of have to accept that. If you're it's that classic saying, if you're going out with the boys in the evening, you need to get up with the men in the morning. So again, when it comes back to creating that buffer and it comes back to planning ahead with your training sessions, get them done ahead of time so that you've got them banked. You're coming into the weekend, you've got everything ticked off. So when it does come to a Sunday where you've got a hangover, you're not going and expecting to do a big fucking heavy intense session. You've got all your sessions done. You can just go out and get out for a walk and clear the head and get a bit of fresh air and try and make yourself feel normal and human again. And then again, it's a case of getting back on track as soon as possible and understanding that it is going to be that wee bit harder to get back on track because you feel like shit, your hunger is going to be through the roof, your energy is going to be on the floor, your mood's going to be on the floor, and you just want to, when you already feel like shit, you just want to like keep eating shit food to try and comfort yourself. Gives you maybe a small bit of release in the moment, but you feel even worse long term, and it creates that snowball effect. Whereas if you can, no matter how hard it is the next day to get back on track, it's like the sooner you can do that, the sooner you're going to get back to feeling better. Yes, you may feel like shit in your Monday sessions, your Tuesday sessions mightn't be the best. You're not going to be hitting any PBs there, but you know for a fact once you go and get them done, you're going to be feeling so much better. You're going to be back on track sooner, rather than going for a night out on a Saturday, down on a Sunday, eating shit all day, feeling like shit coming into a Monday, skipping a session, probably eating shit again that night, and then that leads into Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, we start getting back on track, and then you've potentially another weekend event coming up on the Saturday or the Friday, and the process just repeats itself. So very quickly there, like one day can turn into 5-6 days, and then you're repeating that process week on week on week. that's where the damage is done, and that's where the damage stacks up week on week on week. It's never the one event, it's never the one-off event. It's the longer we take to get back on track after that event, that's where the damage starts happening. So again, do everything, control everything that you can in the lead up to the event to have yourself in the best possible position. Have the food prepped, have the food shop done, have all your training sessions ticked off, and then go and enjoy yourself on the event, but get back on track as soon as possible so it's not carrying into 4, 5, 6, 7 days and then repeating the process week after week after week. So yeah, there's 3 simple principles to keep yourself on track over the next couple of weeks. Create that bit of buffer, lock in now in the lead up to Christmas, and I guarantee you'll enjoy Christmas so much more. I suppose a bonus point when it comes to actually enjoying Christmas, like just go and fucking enjoy it. Like if you've locked in, you've done the work out of the rest of the year, then 5 to 10 to maybe like 2 weeks of Christmas, taking a bit of downtime, getting a few sessions in, having a few drinks, going out for a few meals, eating nice food, like it's not going to be the end of the world. If you hold a certain standard consistently year round, you're consistently ticking the boxes, like it's barely going to touch the sides. Yes, you might see a wee bit of spike in the scales, you might feel like shit for a bit of time, but when you get back into your normal routine, your normal standards, you're going to be straight back on track anyway, and you're going to have some memories there that are going to be good crack. You probably have a laugh, probably catch up with friends, family and all the rest, and they're probably going to be the days that you look back at down the line and think, do you know what, that was fucking class crack. So yeah, earn your beers, do the work in the lead up to it, lock in now in the lead up to Christmas, and I guarantee you'll enjoy it so much more, and you keep your progress going that you've been working so hard to achieve over the off season. And I guarantee you'll thank yourself in January whenever you're back on track, you're up the packet of runs, and you're flying coming into the start of the league then. On that, if you still haven't got a training program in place for the off season, check out the links down below where we've got the 12-week off-season program. It's not too late to get stuck into that. Again, if you lock in now, you get the work done now, you can actually make a good amount of progress in the first 4 to 6 weeks in the lead up to Christmas year. You've built up that momentum. You'll have built up a bit of a base coming into your team pre-season, which is likely going to start for most people in around January, February time. So get the work done now. Your future self will thank you for it, and you're going to set yourself up for an unbelievable 2026. Any questions at all, drop them down in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for watching.